Will try again tomorrow to reach a verdict in the Antonio Cochran murder trial. He's accused in the kidnapping murder of teenager Zoe Hastings. Our Robbie Owens has been covering the trial, and she's live at the Crowley Courthouse. Robbie, what has the mood been like there today?
Well, Gilma, in spite of the very difficult testimony throughout this trial, the Hastings family has appeared relaxed and gracious. They've been smiling and chatting with the supporters who surrounded them in the courtroom. And yet, we know this must be very difficult. And I just don't think anyone expected the deliberations to take this long. The jury got the case right at noon yesterday, ordered lunch in so they could get to work. That had one court watcher telling us to stay close because they expected a quick verdict. Some 11 hours in now, we know that did not happen. The jury didn't have any questions today. They just asked for an easel first thing. But as they began deliberations, they asked for a picture of the Walgreens yesterday where Hastings disappeared. They also wanted to know about the timeline and when police interviewed those prosecution witnesses. Now, their questions seem to suggest that the jury is spending some time debating the credibility of one of the prosecution witnesses. Gary Whitman testified that he saw a man make a stabbing motion with what could have been a knife and that he heard Hastings scream for help. He admitted he never saw the man's face, and the defense has countered that from where he stood across the street, Whitman could not possibly have seen or heard anything at all. Now, whether or not Hastings was taken from that parking lot by force is key, because in order for Cochran to be convicted of capital murder, the prosecution has to prove that Hastings' death occurred during the commission of another crime. Now, if the jury determines that the prosecution didn't prove that there was a kidnapping that preceded that murder, they have the option of returning a lesser verdict of the charge of murder. They could return a guilty verdict on a lesser charge of murder. But at this point, as we leave you today, no decision at all. They'll resume deliberations at 9 tomorrow morning. Live in Dallas at the Crowley Courthouse, Robbie Owens, CBS 11 News.